theme of convention was freedom. So Gina and I got to talking, and we're like, how do we bring this to a lot of people? So we started the Diamond Frame of Mind. In that group, I asked everybody, as I was driving home, because I randomly drove to Utah, decided on Tuesday, drove on Wednesday, that I was going to go to convention. Because you should make a decision and just do it, right? That's actually part of what we're going to talk about today. But freedom is what we're here for. So how many of y'all want freedom?
Yes.
I said y'all.
Yeah. You're in the right place.
I'm from Arizona. We say it sometimes, but not like you are. So how many of you want freedom? I think I missed that.
Yes.
Yeah. So I asked the girls and the guys in the Diamond Frame of Mind, what do you want freedom from? What do you want freedom to? What does freedom mean to you? And like 161 comments later, this is pretty much what we got. Okay. Freedom from what other people think.
Wow.
Hello. How about freedom from that 9-to-5 type job? Yeah? How about freedom from what holds me back? How about debt or financial troubles? Yeah, it's like, amen, sister. Everybody that's shaking their head. How about my own limiting beliefs? Yeah. Or just basic circumstances that are rocking my world in a way I don't want them to. Yeah? And what about this one? Fear. Fear covers everything. Fear. Or maybe on the other side of things, what if I want the freedom to just travel when I want to? A lot of people said to be able to give freely. Yeah? Yeah? How about to just be present where I am? Basically, like not freaking out about what's going on in life, what's happening. To make my own schedule. To discover who I am. Who feels like they don't have the freedom to just be you? Right? Okay. I love this one. The freedom to say yes. Yes. Can you go with me somewhere? Yes. Can you give me a little donation? Yes. Mom, can you hang out with me at my soccer game? Yes. Right? Right? Well, what about just the freedom to live? Whatever that means to you, to just live. And the freedom to be able to create. That's why we're here, to create. You can do all of these things. There is no limit on any of this. Your circumstance has no power over you. None. Okay? Y'all are sitting in your chairs like, yeah, right, but you don't live in my life. You don't live in my house, and you don't know what's going on in my world. You're right, I don't, and I don't care. Because you haven't lived in my life, and you don't understand the circumstances I've been through, but it doesn't matter. They don't matter, because I get to choose the life I want.
That's good.
One of the people at convention was Mel Robbins, and she spoke on her book, which is the 5-second rule. So kind of in a nutshell, for the 5-second rule, you can have all of these, but you have to make a decision. You absolutely have to make a decision. What Mel was talking about was make that decision in 5 seconds. Just do it. So she gave a whole scientific explanation about why that happens and about why you want to count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Do it. So what I'm going to do for you today is kind of explain to you from a mindset perspective how those things happen. What's happening when you're doing 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? And how your mind really works. Would anybody just really like to know how their mind works? Because sometimes it's like, I don't know what's happening up here, but just make it work appropriately, please. Yeah. What she's talking about there in that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is to reprogram. You are undoing your program. We all live by a program. Your program is developed by your environment. But basically, the way that this happens is right here. Now, this guy right here is the mental master. You work on a program. Your thoughts plus your emotions equal your belief system. Your belief system is the program that you're working by. And that's your belief system about who you are, what you can accomplish, what you're supposed to do, all the things, okay? So this is how this works, and I'm gonna just go through this quickly. This takes a lot more time to actually explain, but I do need to give you this because this is the foundation for how your mind works, always. This mental master is magic. Okay, so this is your mind. This big circle right here is your mind. You have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. This top part here is your conscious and this is your subconscious. This is what happens. There's a thought out there in the land, right? The thought comes into your conscious mind. It comes through your senses, but this is how it comes in. And then it becomes an idea. You have an idea. This is cool. This is an idea. And then you add some emotion to it. This bottom part of your mind is the emotional part of your mind, and that's where you add that emotion to it. When you have a thought and you add an emotion to it, it becomes your belief system or your program. That all happens in your mind. Why is this mind so big? Body's little. Why is this mind so big? Very powerful. This does everything for you. This mind controls all of this. This body has got to behave like this program tells it. It doesn't have a choice. So whatever your program is, whatever your thoughts are that you're adding emotion to, it becomes your program. And you will behave that way. Always. You can't undo that part. Well, you can, but that's another story. Okay, so the body, and then when you act, this line right here would be the action, and that causes your results. That's what happens. You have a thought, you add emotion, it becomes your belief system or the program that you operate by, and you get results based on that. Okay? Got it? Y'all give me the deer in the headlights look. What? I know, it's really funny after I work with people for a while, and they come back and they're like, 6 months later, they're like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense to me now. At first I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so let me give you some examples here. Your program is your comfort zone, right? So you are very, very comfortable working based on your program, whatever that program is. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to like your program. It just means that you're really, really comfortable there. Does that make sense? You can live in a really crummy place, but that's what you know, and so you're okay with it, right? You don't like it. Sorry. So my example here is that, okay, so I'm starting Young Living, and I'm totally fine with sharing with my friends one-on-one. That's okay with me. I can do that. So that's your thought, right? It's your idea. Down here and here, okay, my emotion is I'm totally comfortable with that. I feel okay with that. I can do one-on-ones. So what do? You do one-on-ones. And what's the result? One sale at a time. Because you're comfortable with that. It's okay with you. Right? Okay. Making sense? Yeah? And then somebody says, you should do Facebook Live. And you go, oh my God. Right? What? Facebook Live, are you kidding me? Like, that's a lot of people out there. So this is what's happening in your body. You literally panic. You get a new thought in your mind, and it filters down, and you add that emotion. But that emotion is fear. You're freaking out. Oh my gosh, that is not comfortable to me. I cannot live with doing Facebook Live. And so this idea is filtering down here, and there's literally a battle going on in your program. There is a subconscious thing going on that is coming out in your body, and it's coming out in, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the turning point right here. This is the place where you have to decide. Dun-dun-dun. You have to make a decision, right? Right here, what am I going to do with this new thought? All right, we're getting super technical. Okay, so this is what we just described to you as your comfort zone. Totally fine with one-on-ones, right? Totally fine. I can live with this, I can breathe, I'm good with that. The new idea comes in. Do I accept this new idea? Can I do a Facebook Live? Or do I just reject it? Nope, done, I'm gonna stick right back over here in my one-on-ones. Okay, so you have those two options. The decision spot is the terror barrier. Right? Has anybody ever come to a terror barrier?
Yes.
Okay, so I mean in like a million different ways, right? The terror barrier is right there. It's a brick wall. Here it is right here. So you have two options basically. That thought, are you going to accept that thought? Well, let's start with the reject. I'm going to reject that thought. Okay, fine. I hit the terror barrier, boom, back here, comfort zone. I'm hanging out in the comfort zone because I'm okay with that. And I'm not going to panic. And I don't have to waste my entire bottle of Valor. Okay. Or, door number 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, jump. You're going to accept that idea and you're going to come over here on the other side of the terror barrier. Okay, so tell the truth. Who hits the terror barrier and bounces back? Anybody? Yeah. Yeah. Just telling you a secret that I have never done a Facebook Live. I almost did on the way up here, but then I couldn't do it. So I bounced back. Okay, so bounce back into my comfort zone, but I could choose to accept. Okay, magic information coming up. Are you ready? This comfort zone is your jail cell.
Well.
Right? This is a bondage because what happens here is you make that decision to reject that new idea and you come right back around and you sit in your comfort zone. But your comfort zone says, well, I'm just gonna stick with my one-on-ones, gonna have no change. There will be no growth without change. That's not possible. Anybody know the definition of insanity?
Same thing, expect different results.
Same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. That's your comfort zone. The insanity, right? Okay, but ta-da! Look, the other side. What is our theme? What is our theme? What are we getting?
Freedom.
Freedom. Freedom from all the stuff. All the stuff on that first page. All the stuff that y'all can relate to. The pain points, as you said. All the things. So when you can, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, make that decision and jump over to this, you grow. One-on-ones, you get one person at a time. Facebook Live, thousands, who knows? It doesn't matter, right? You grow, you have success, and you have freedom because all of this equals all the things that you're looking for. Does anybody want to stay over here now? Just check. No. Because sometimes you do. Sometimes you just want to sit on the couch and eat bonbons and stuff like we're mentioning, right? I just made this up on the way up here and I just liked it, so I thought I'd share it with you. Freedom is waiting on the other side of decision.
That's good.
Okay, so I need to tell you my story, one of my stories, because I have a lot of stories. But let me just tell you my personal story. So I used to own an animal feed store, and pretty comfortable, pretty decent living. I was fairly newly divorced at the time, made a good living for my 3 children and myself, and we were trucking right along. And so, but I'm like, yeah, this is great, supporting my family, yeah, working my butt off down here at the feed store, loading feed on myself. And then this I don't know what happened, but John Maxwell came across my Facebook page. And I thought, you know what? I really like this whole idea of leadership. I could really do this. I'm going to check into this. So I asked my friend about it, who was involved with that. And she said, well, I don't know much about it, but try it. So I'm a researcher, so I jumped right in, and I'm checking out John Maxwell. And I'm like, I could do this. I think I should do this. So what did I have to do? I had to make a decision. I want to do something different in my life. Okay, so I did the John Maxwell training. I still own the feed store. I'm still hanging out. John Maxwell and his team, they're like, you could be a speaker, coach, and trainer. Right, I'm loading feed. Just so you know, I don't know about this speaker, coach, and trainer thing. But I really like the whole idea of leadership. Let me just see. So I opened up myself to this idea of possibly doing this thing that I'm doing right now, and but I didn't really move on it yet. But then people came to me and said, oh, we'd like to buy your store. Okay, so I did not put it on the market, just so you know, but I made the decision, I really want to move into this leadership thing. I didn't know what that was going to look like, I didn't know where that was going to go, but I made that decision, and I did the training. I was preparing myself for whatever it was that it was coming. I held this vision out there. So they bought the store. Now, let me just tell you that, so I was making a decent living. I had grown the store. It was a successful business in a little tiny town that we lived in, and I sold my job. Then I was like, oh, okay, great. So I have a little bit of residual income from the store. So, you know, like I'm counting the numbers and what am I going to do and how am I going to, oh, but I'm going to be a speaker, coach, and trainer. I can do that. So I had to just make the decision. If I was going to get freedom from that whole 9 to 5, if I was really going to live into my purpose, it's a whole other topic. If I was really going to live into my purpose, I had to jump. I had to make the decision. If I didn't make the decision, I didn't need any of the stuff that I needed to get where I am today. I had to first make the decision. Right? Okay, let me show you this process of decision. Okay, so here we go. A, you have this comfort zone. New thought comes in. You jump through the terror barrier. Cool. The thought is all B. Oh, but wait. I've just created a new comfort zone. Oh, here it comes again. So then there's B, so then C comes in, and I have to jump across, and then there's C, I've just created a new comfort zone, and then on and on and on. Okay, let's look at this. If A is silver, oh wait, maybe I should be gold. I'm gonna have to make a decision. I'm gonna have to come across. Created a new one, gold. Platinum. Look how worked out D was diamond. I totally did not plan that, but it worked out really good.
That's good.
Okay, so if any of you watched Gary's video during the break time, like that guy made some decisions.
Yes, he did.
He had no clue how he was going to do the thing that he was going to do, but he didn't need to know. He just knew what he was doing. He made the decision that this is where he was going and this is what he wanted. Right? Is anybody in this room thankful that he did that?
Yes.
Okay. Can you make it to diamond?
Yes.
Yes.
There's a couple diamonds in this room. Do you feel like you made a few decisions to get there? So going back to the mental master, listen, everything begins with your thought process. Absolutely everything is born in your thought process. If you do not have a thought, if you do not have an idea, you will have no results. You will have nothing. Freedom begins with a thought and becomes reality through your decision. Now my sweet husband right there would say it has to be a committed decision. And that's true. You can't just make a decision and then go back in your comfort zone. You have to make the committed decision to stay on the freedom side of the terror barrier. So what do you want?
Freedom.
That was so weak. Okay, let's try that again. What do you want? Freedom! Oh my gosh, I feel like totally 4th of July right now. Freedom! Okay. You can have it. You can have it. You might not have it tomorrow because you're going to have to make some series of decisions. You're going to have to jump through the terror barrier. But I promise you, if you do that, you'll get where you want to go. It wasn't easy for Gary. There are going to be some pieces that aren't easy, but that's okay. That's okay because it's worth it on the other side. Freedom is always worth it. Freedom from whatever it is that you're looking for freedom from. Make the decision. That's it. That's it. That's all I got for you. I mean, I got lots, but that's it.